more very interesting concept which you should be fully aware is when people leave or join a certain group. Okay, so let's say that a person joins a group and the existing group has a higher average. This can be average age, average height, average marks, whatever. That does not matter what is the quality being measured. But if the existing group has a higher average and a person joins, okay, then the combined average will reduce. Remember, group already has a higher average. That means the person who is joining has a lower average. When he joins, obviously he will bring down the average. And if the group has a lower average and this person joins with a higher average, he will bring up the average. Okay, so this is what happens when you join and your average is higher, then you will bring up the average. If your average is lower, you will bring down the average. And the reverse happens when a person leaves a group. When people leave a group, if the group has a higher average and you are leaving the group, then the average will go up further, right? Because you already were lower than the average and you left. So actually, the average will go up. You are lower than the average. And this is the person who is leaving or joining. This is the person who is leaving or joining. If the group has a lower average instead, that means you have a higher average than the group, okay, and you leave the group, then what happens? The average goes down. Okay, so this will be useful. Let's do one question to understand this better. There are 3 persons A, B, C in a room. If a person D joins the room, the average weight of the persons in the room reduces by X kgs. So it reduces by X kgs, the average weight. So there are 3 persons in the room, A, B, C. Their average will be A plus B plus C. Let's say that is their weight by 3. This is the average. If a person D joins the room, so now this is the existing average and this person D joins whose weight, let's say, is D. Now what will be the average weight? A plus B plus C plus D by 4. So you're saying the average weight of the persons in the group reduces by X kgs. So this is the average weight now, which has reduced the earlier average by X kgs. This is what it means. If a person D joins the group, the average weight of the persons in the room, that means the new average weight, right, which is this. This reduces by X kgs, that means whatever was the earlier average, that has gone down by X kgs. Fine? Okay. Now this A plus B plus C, let's say it is equal to Y. Their total weight, the earlier total weight was Y. So this will just simplify this a bit. So this equation will become basically Y plus D by 4 is equal to Y by 3 minus X, or by X kgs, yes. Instead of D, if a person E joins the room, the average of the person in the room increases by 2X kgs. Okay, so now it is Y plus E by 4 is the new average. This is equal to the old average plus 2x. This is what we have. Okay, and it also tells you weight of E is 12 kgs more than D. That means E is equal to D plus 12. So this can also be converted to D plus 12 or Y plus D by 4 plus 3 is equal to Y by 3 plus 2x. Okay, so Y plus D by 4, Y plus D by 4, it is same. So I can equate this. Y by 3 minus X is equal to Y by 3 plus 2X minus 3. Y by 3 is also out. So you have 2X plus X, 3X is equal to 3, or X is equal to 1. You get X equal to 1. So find the value of X. Answer is 1 kg. So too many variables, but you don't really have to bother. You will get x is equal to 1. Okay, and once you get x equal to 1, you can get y also, you can get ed, you can get lot of values. Okay, but the question that I was asked, find the value of x, the answer of x is 1 kg. Let's look at this question next. The average height of 32 toddlers increases by 4 inches when 2 of them leave the group. Okay, what does this mean? 2 of them leave the group and the average height increases. That means these 2 toddlers who leave, their height was less than the average, right? That is what we discussed just now. Okay, so let's make the equation. Let's assume the average height of the 32 toddlers to be x. Okay, so the total height would be 32x minus these 2 toddlers leave. So 2, and let's say their average height is 4. Okay, so this is for the 32 kids, the average height, and for the 2 kids who leave, their average height I'm assuming to be y. Okay, now this is equal to, now you have only 30 toddlers and their average height increases by 4 inches. That means earlier it was x, now it will be x plus 4. This is the equation. I hope this equation is clear. We have converted average to total. So the average height of 32 kids was x. So the total height was 32x. Okay, the sum. 2 toddlers leave. Their average height is y. So the total height is 2y. So the remaining sum of heights should be 32x minus 2y, which should be equal to, now there are only 30 kids because 2 kids have left. So there are 30 kids into their average height, which is x plus 4, which is given to you that 4 inches it has increased. So this is my equation. You have 2 variables. Okay, and then it says if the average height of these 2 toddlers is 1/3 the height of the original 32, that means y is equal to x by 3. So this is my second equation. If the average height of these 2 toddlers is 1/3 of the height of original 32, so y I can put as x by 3, or x you can put as 3y. But what is the question? Then the average height in inch of the remaining 30 toddlers is. So basically I need x. So it's better to put y as x by 3. Okay, so 32x minus 2x by 3 is equal to 30 into x plus 4, which is 30x plus 120. Okay, so I get 32x minus 30x, which is 2x, minus 2x by 3 is equal to 120. So this is 6x minus 2x, 4x by 3 is equal to 120. This is 30. So x is equal to 90 inches. Okay, x is 90 inches. And then the question says find the average height of the remaining 30. A remaining 30, I know that it is increased by 4 inches. So it will be 90 plus 4. Answer would be 94 inches. Right? So 94 inches would be the answer for this question. Okay, fine. Let's see the next question. The average weight of the students in a class increased by 600 grams when some new student joined the class. Again, same logic. So new students have joined, average weight has increased. That means these new students who have joined, they are heavier than the earlier students. Okay. If the average weight of new students is 3 kgs more, yes, so this proves they are 3 kgs more than the average weight of the original students. Okay. Then the ratio of the number of students, original students to the number of new students. This is a CAT question which came in CAT 23, I think in slot 3. Okay. And this question, if you see, actually it can be done almost verbally. Okay. The average increased by 600 grams. These students weigh 3 kg more. Okay. So their 3 kg basically will now get distributed over the earlier people and the new people who are joining also. So 3 kg, the net effect is 600 grams. That means 3 kg is basically getting divided by 5. 3 kg by 5 will be 600 grams. Out of these 5, 4 should be the earlier group and 1 should be the new group. Okay, so basically it should be 4:1. The answer would be choice 3. So actually you can get the answer intuitively without doing anything, because 3 kg is giving you an impact of 600 grams. Okay, and if I assume the new students to be 1, this can be anything, but if I assume it to be 1, then this will be 4. It has to be in the ratio 4:1. But let's do this through the equation method also. Okay, so let's assume original students are X. Okay, so these are my original students. New students are Y. Okay, and these original students have average weight of Z. Okay, so the total weight is XZ. Okay, plus Y students have joined, and these weigh 3 kg more than the average. So Y into Z plus 3. This is the total, and this is equal to, now the number of students is X plus Y into the average weight is Z plus 0.6. Okay, because it is 600 grams. We have taken 3 kg and this is 600 grams. So this is what my whole equation should be. Okay, let's open this. XZ plus YZ plus 3Y is equal to XZ plus 0.6X plus YZ plus 0.6Y. XZ gets cancelled, YZ gets cancelled. You have X and Y, which is what we wanted. We did not want Z. So 3Y minus 0.6Y, 2.4Y is equal to 0.6X, or X upon Y is 2.4 upon 0.6, which is 4/1. Okay, so this is by doing it fully with the equation. This is doing it intuitively. Both will give you the answer of 4:1. Okay, so that's how this can be solved. So you can see questions are reasonable. The only thing is you should be able to make this equation. This is the equation that we made in the last question also. This is the equation that we had to make here as well. Okay, fine. Let's see this. A class consists of 20 boys and 30 girls. So we have boys and girls, 20 boys and 30 girls. In the mid-semester exam, the average score of the girls was 5 higher than that of the boys. So boys, let's say, got X, girls got X plus 5. Okay, this is the midterm. In the final exam, however, the average score of the girls dropped by 3, while average score of the entire class increased by 2. Average score of the girls dropped by 3. That means X plus 5 became X plus 2. Okay, this is the final. Boys, I don't know, but the total average entire class increased by 2. I don't know what is the average of the, but the entire class has increased by 2, and the question is the increase in the average score of the boys is how much. Okay, so the weights are known to me. Okay, 20 mid-semester, the average score of the girls was 5 higher than that of the boys. In the final, however, the score of the average score of the girls dropped by 3. Okay, so let's use the final only because the whole data is about final. Okay, so let's say boys scored Y. I don't know their score. Girls have scored X plus 2. Okay, so while the average score of the entire class has increased by 2. Okay, so girls, now we have to take weighted average, simple, 20 into Y plus 30 into X plus 2 upon 20 plus 30, okay, is equal to average score of the entire class increased by 2. So increased by 2 with respect to midterm, right? So midterm also will have to find the average. So midterm, what was the average? 20, let's write here itself, 20x plus 30x plus 5 upon 20 plus 30. This was the average, and in the final it increased by 2. So this is the equation that you're going to get. Okay. So what do we get? 20y plus 30x plus 60 upon 50 is 20x plus 30x plus 150 upon 50 plus 2. Okay, this, if you see, 20 plus 30 is 50x, 50x plus 150, if you divide by 50, you will get x plus 3 plus 2, which means it is x plus 5. Okay, so this is equal to x plus 5. If you cross multiply, you will get 20y plus 30x plus 60 is equal to 50x plus 250. Okay, so that will give you 20y is equal to 20x plus 250. Okay, or y is equal to x plus 255 divided by 12, it will be 12.5. Y is equal to x plus 12.5. That means the score of the boys has increased by 12.5. Okay, so it basically will be x plus 12.5. So question is, the increase in the average score of the boys is. Okay, so let's do this next question. A class consists of 20 boys and 30 girls. So boys and girls, boys are 20, girls are 30. In the mid-semester, the average score of the girls, this is mid-semester, the average score of the girls was 5 higher than the boys. So let's say boys got x, girls got x plus 5. In the final exam, however, the average score of the girls dropped by 3, so x plus 5 will become x plus 2, while the average score of the entire class increased by 2. So entire class increased by 2 as compared to the midterm, right? So midterm, I don't know how much was the average, and the boys, I don't know the final. So let's assume this to be y. And what is the average? The average is going to be the weighted average. So for the midterm, the average will be 20x plus 30 into x plus 5 upon 20 plus 30, right? Which is 20x plus 30x plus 150 upon 150, upon 50. So that will give you 20 plus 30 is 50x upon 50, so that is x, plus 150 upon 50 is 3. So the average is going to be x plus 3. Okay. In the final, the average score of the entire class increased by 2. That means it became x plus 5. Okay. So let's compare similarly for the final, assuming boys had an average score of y. So we'll have 20y plus 30 into x plus 2 upon 20 plus 30 is equal to x plus 5, right? Okay, so this gives us 20y plus 30x plus 60 upon 50 is equal to x plus 5. Cross multiplying, 20y plus 30x plus 60 is equal to 50x plus 15 to 5, 250. Okay, or 20y is equal to 50x minus 30x, 20x plus 250 minus 60, 190. Or y is equal to, let's divide everything by 20, y is equal to x plus 190 upon 20, 19 by 2, 9.5. So y is equal to x plus 9.5. So this y I can remove and I can say this is x plus 9.5, and that is exactly the question. the increase in the average score of the boys is. So whatever it was in the midterm, from that it has increased by 9.5. So the answer would be first option. So this is also a classic example of weighted average. Okay, and you just have to make the equations to get this answer. Okay, then the last concept is of mean, median and mode. Okay, what we have been calculating so far is mean. The average is nothing but, we also call it arithmetic mean. Okay, so it is represented by a given set of values. It is a standard average. It is calculated by dividing the sum of the values with the total number of values. So mean is nothing but sum of values upon total of values. This is what we have been calculating. So your mean, arithmetic mean, average, standard average, all these are same. There are two related terms which also you should be aware, though not much is asked, but you should know. We'll also do one question on this. So second term is median. Now median, what happens? To find the median of a set of values, you have to arrange the values in ascending or descending order first. Please understand, very important. If you have to find the median, you have to arrange the values in ascending or descending order. To find the average, you don't have to do that. For the average, it is just you add everything and divide by the number of terms. But for median, you have to arrange the numbers in ascending order or descending order. Any order is fine, but it has to be in the order. And then the middle value is called the median. Okay, so if I have, for example, 1, 3, 10, 70, 100, 150, 700, 1000. Let's say very random numbers, but they have been arranged in an order. Now if you count, you will see that I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's have one more value. Let's have 5000 also. So I have 9 values. Now if I have 9 values, the middle value is the fifth one. So first, second, third, fourth, this is the middle value. So the median is 100. Okay, it is very different from mean because median, this is not an average. This just tells you the middle value is 100. That means total values were 9. This is the median. That means there are 4 values less than 100 and there are 4 values more than 100. That is all it tells you. It does not tell you anything else. Okay, and if the value is very nicely arranged in an arithmetic progression, for example, you have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 17. If the values are arranged like this, then your median is this, the fifth term, and the mean is also this. So if values are in a pattern, they follow an arithmetic progression, that means the difference between two values is same. In that case, your mean and median will become equal. Okay, and sometimes it is used to compare, okay, the marks of students. For example, if you say the marks of, now let's take a case, there are 5 students in a class and the students have got marks of 1, 2, 3, 48 and 50. The exam was out of 50 and the students have got marks of 1, 2, 3, 48, 50. Okay, now if you calculate the average, how much will you get the average? 1, 2, 3, 6, 48 plus 6 is 54, 54 plus 4 is 104, 104 divided by 5, you'll get average of 20.8. Okay, and let's say the passing marks are 40%. The passing marks are 40%, that means 20. So the teacher can say that the average marks of the exam for the students is 20.8, so all students have passed, all students have done well, but that is not a correct representation, as you can see. So what average does, or a problem of average, is that it is very heavily affected by the extremes. Values which are too low, they will pull down the average, and values which are too high will pull up the average. So average always gives you a slightly inaccurate picture. So a lot of times what mathematicians do is they look at mean also, they look at median also. And if you look at median of these values, median is 3. And that tells you a problem. Average is 20.8, but the median is only 3. And such huge gap between the mean and the median tells you that there's a problem in the data. The data is heavily skewed on one side, on the lower side or on the higher side. A very classic example of this can be a river. Let's say a river at different points of time has depth of 4 meters or let's say 4 feet. Okay, let's say 4 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet. So, and 6 feet. Okay, let's say this is the average depth of the river at 5 different points. Okay, now if you calculate the average depth, this is 25 by 5, which is 5 feet. Okay, so the average depth is 5 feet. Now there's a person who is 6 feet tall. He doesn't know swimming, but he says, okay, I'm 6 feet tall, the average depth of the river is only 5 feet, I can easily walk across the river and I can cross the river. You can see how dangerous that assumption is. The average depth is 5 feet does not mean that it is 5 feet throughout. He will drown here, he will drown here. Okay. Whereas if he had looked at the median also, he would have said, okay, the values are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The median value is 5. The median depth is 5. That means at 2 points the depth is more than 5. Hence I should not be going. Okay. So it always makes sense to look at mean and median both. In fact, what a lot of times is done is extreme values, and this is in beauty pageants and all, lot of calculations where a lot of judges give score to a competitor. What they do is they remove 2 or 4 extreme scores to remove the some partiality or anything. So for example, here what I can do is, if you look at these 5 students, I remove 1 and I remove 50. So some extremity has gone out. I only have 2, 3, 48. So this is also sometimes done. Okay, but we'll not go there. Just understand that mean and median combined give you a better outlook of the data. Okay, so the median is the middle value of the numbers. It gives a better representation of what the central value is compared to the mean. Okay, also median is very simple. It is the center value. So it is n plus 1 by 2th value if n is odd. But what if n is even? For example, let's say this 5000 is not there. So now you have 8 values. Then it will be the average of the middle 2 values. So it will be average of 100 and 150. That means it will be 125. Okay. So it will be average of the n by 2th and n by 2th plus 1 term if n is even. So that is what is median. And then the third term is mode. What is mode? Mode is the value that occurs maximum time in a set. Okay, if your data has too many numbers, okay, so let's say in exam the students have scored this. Let's say these are the scores out of 10 of students in an exam. Okay, so for mode normally you need big data, otherwise for 5-10 data points it does not make sense. But when you have too much of data, then you basically make bar charts, you make columns for all of them, and you will see that 2 will stand out the highest because 2 has 4 values. That means 4 people have got 2. 3 is 2 people, 4 is only 1, 5 is 2 people, 6 is 3 people, 7 is 2 people, 8 is 2 people, this is 1, this is 1, this is 2. So 2 is 4 people, that is the highest, so this will become the mode. Okay, so the mode is the value that occurs maximum times in a set, as simple as that. A set is called unimodal if it has single mode. Okay, so this data has single mode. Okay, so it is unimodal. It is called bimodal and multimodal if it has 2 or more modes respectively. Okay, so for example, if it was 6, 6, 6, 6, let me add one more 6. So 6 is also 4 times. So now it is bimodal. If it is 7, 7, 7, 7, this is also 4 times. So then it is multimodal. Okay, and if no number is repeated, then it is said to have no mode. Okay, so there is no mode. So mode is also used sometimes. What is the most common score that the students have got in the exam? If someone wants to see maximum number of students have scored what? Okay, so mode also gives us some data. Okay, so just understand this. Let's do one question on this, which this question came in XAT. Okay, so the mean of 6 positive integers is 15. The mean is 15. That means the total is 90. We have 6 values. Let's say A, B, C, D, E and F, and we have arranged these values in ascending order. So this is the sequence. F is the largest. the median is 18. Okay, now these are 6 values. So median would be the average of C and D. Okay, that means C and D should add up to 18 into 2, 36. Okay, and the only mode of the integers is less than 18. Okay, so C and D, remember their average is 18. Okay, average is 18 does not mean they are 18. Their average is 18. And the only mode is less than 18. Okay. Then, so that means C, D, one of them, obviously for them to be 18, both of them can be 18 each, or at least one of them will be greater than 18. That means mode lies somewhere here, A, B, C, D, right? Mode will lie between A, B, C, D. Okay, in fact it is less than 18. So it won't be A, B, C, D also, it will be till A, B, C. Because for C and D, one case is that both of them are 18, 18. And the other case is one of them is 17 and the other is 19. And similarly, you'll have multiple cases. So D definitely will be 18 or more. So the mode cannot be there. So the mode can be only from A, B to C, right? So let's write that down. We'll remove this. So the mode can be A, B, C. The mode is here. Okay. Then the maximum possible value of the largest of the 6 integers is. Okay. So I want to maximize the value, but remember the sum is 90. Okay. So A, obviously I want to maximize F. Okay. C and D, their total is fixed. Their total is 36. Okay. So obviously it will make sense for me in fact, I can give them any value. The total is fixed, so it will not matter. So if I look at A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, this is equal to 90. These two are equal to 36. So they will not impact me. Now, best thing for me for this 90 is that the remaining values A, B and E are as low as possible. Okay, so obviously let me keep C as 18 and the only mode is less than 18, only mode. So in fact then C and D, I cannot keep them 18, 18 because that will become the mode. So let me keep C as 17. So I'll keep C as, let me select red. So I'll take C as 17 and D as 19 and A and B as 1, 1, lowest possible value, and this becomes the mode. Okay, why did I not take it 18, 18? Because if you take it 18, 18, you're left with only A and B. So then whatever you take, A and B also, let's say you take 1, 1, you will have two modes. So this will be bimodal. But this question clearly said this has only mode, and that is less than 18. So 18, 18, that's why it did not make sense. So we took 1, 1, 17, 19. And E should be as low as possible, but higher than 19. So E I'll have to take as 20. Then whatever remains, that all can go to F. So how much is this? This is 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 17 is 19, 19 plus 19 is 38, 38 plus 20 is 48, 58. So this is 58. So this can be 32. Right, 58 plus 32 will make it 90. So the largest of the 6 integers can be 32. Okay, clearly. So we have used all the concepts, very, very simple concepts, but that is how you can use, and you will get 32 as the answer here. Okay, I hope you have understood how we approach this question. So this is basically all that is there in in averages. We have done good number of questions, and we have done a lot of questions which came in CAT and ZAT and other exams. We did that set also, large set of 5 questions. So please go through everything that we have discussed. Please revise everything, solve all the questions and solve some more questions. This is an easy chapter. You should not miss out on anything that you get. But the weighted average concept is important, and then once you've understood this, we'll build on the same concept when we discuss mixtures and allegations also. Okay. Thank you so much. So till then, till the next class, this is Nishan.